Hi there. In this video, you'll learn about Pythagoras Theorem or Pythagorean Theorem. Pythagoras Theorem states a special relationship between the lengths of any right-angled triangle, that is c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, where c is the longest side opposite to the right angle, and we generally call it hypotenuse, and a and b can be interchangeably the two shorter sides. Learning objectives. After watching this video, you will be able to use Pythagoras Theorem. Pythagoras Theorem is used to work out a missing side in right-angled triangles when two sides are given and no angles are involved. Generally, the longest side of a right-angled triangle, which is called hypotenuse, is labeled as C, and the two shorter sides are labeled as A or B interchangeably. As mentioned before, that this theorem states that c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. This formula can actually be rearranged in quite a few different ways. For example, a squared equals c squared minus b squared, or b squared is equal to c squared minus a squared, or simply c is equal to square root of a squared plus b squared, or a is equal to square root of c squared minus b squared, or b is equal to square root of c squared minus a squared, depending on which side we're going to work out. Let's start from question number 1. It says, shown is a right-angled triangle. Calculate the length of the missing side. Right, as we can see that hypotenuse is missing, so we'll be just using the formula c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. As we can see that we need bigger answer than both 3 and 4 because we're going to work out the longest side of the triangle. That's why if we write down the values there, so x squared is equal to 3 squared plus 4 squared, and then we need to work out just the value of x, not x squared. So I square root this side, and I also square root this side of the equation as well, and this will give me x equals 9 plus 16, which is 25, square root of 25, and square root of 25, as we can see, can be either positive 5 or negative 5, but we must reject negative value because lengths are never negative. Lengths cannot be negative. So that's why x equals 5 meters. Let's move to question number 3. It says, shown is a right-angled triangle, work out the perimeter of the triangle. Right, so first of all, we need to work with the missing side, and this time it's not the longest side, it's one of the shorter side. So that's why if we write down the equation, it will be x squared plus 6 squared will be equal to 10 squared, because this is what Pythagoras theorem states. So if you take away 6 squared from both sides, x squared will be equal to basically 10 squared minus 6 squared. And we know that 10 squared is 100, and 100 take with 36 gives me 64. So square rooting both sides will give me x equals 8. So if x equals 8, what will be the perimeter equal to? Perimeter will be equal to 10 plus 8 plus 6. Which means 10 plus 8 is 18, 18 plus 6 is 24. So my final answer is 24 centimeters. And let's move to question number 4. It says LMN is a right-angled triangle. LM is 20 meters, MN is 30 meters. Calculate the length of LM. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Right, so in this triangle, as you can see, the hypotenuse is given, so we should expect our answer smaller than 30. X squared will be equal to square 30 squared, take away, not add, and then we can square root both sides, and let's use a calculator. Right, so square root of 30 squared, take away 20 squared, will give me 10 root 5, or This will give me 10 root 5 or 22.3606 dot dot. And if we round this answer to 3 significant figure, we will get 22.4 meters, and this is correct to 3 significant figures.